The movie follows Princess Elodie's journey to uncover deception, confront dragons, and bring justice to her kingdom. In the start of the movie, we see a king and his soldiers chasing a scary dragon into a dark cave. While they're inside, the king notices something important. Suddenly, the dragon attacks them with fire, hurting everyone. Sadly, the soldiers get hurt badly, and the king has to beg the dragon to spare his life. The scene ends there, and then we jump ahead many years to a different kingdom. This new kingdom is very poor, and the people are starving. Elodie, the princess of this kingdom, lives there. A prince from a big and wealthy kingdom wants to marry her. Her dad, the king, is very happy about this because he thinks it will help their kingdom. Even though Elodie doesn't want to marry the prince, she agrees because she hopes it will make things better for her people. As they travel to the prince's kingdom, they face a storm at sea and they see scary dragons. When they finally arrive at the palace, Elodie is amazed by its size. A servant welcomes them and shows them to their rooms. At night, from her balcony, Elodie sees a fire far away in the mountains. The next morning, the queen tells Elodie's dad that she agrees to the marriage and they'll have the wedding tomorrow. She wants to discuss it more with him. After this, Elodie and the prince have a chat. Elodie asks the prince if he's being forced into the marriage, but he says no. He finds her beautiful. While they talk, they reach a hill, and Elodie mentions seeing fire in the mountains the day before. The prince explains that those mountains are important because there's a cave with old rituals inside, which they'll visit after the wedding. In another scene, Elodie's dad seems upset after meeting the queen. When Elodie's mom asks him what's wrong, he doesn't say anything. Elodie's mom decides to talk to the queen, but the queen refuses to talk, saying she's from a small kingdom. Later, she gathers her daughters, sensing something bad might happen. During their talk, Elodie's dad arrives, taking her mom away, hinting that he's hiding something too. In the next part, we witness Elodie's wedding with the prince. Elodie and the prince head towards the mountains where Elodie had seen the fire earlier. The prince had already mentioned that there would be some special rituals there. When they arrive at a cave inside the mountain, they find people from the kingdom waiting for them. Inside the cave, the queen reveals a startling truth to Elodie. She explains that a dangerous dragon once lived in this cave and had caused great harm to their kingdom many years ago. Their king tried to fight the dragon but couldn't defeat it. Instead, he made a deal to offer his 3 daughters to the dragon in exchange for peace. Since then, the kingdom has been following this ritual. As part of the ritual, the queen cuts the hands of both the prince and Elodie, symbolizing their union. She tells them they are now one. The prince carries Elodie, but to her surprise, he drops her into a pit. Elodie faints upon falling, and when she wakes up, she calls for help. This awakens the sleeping dragon in the cave. When nobody comes to help Elodie, she decides to climb up, but the surface is very slippery, and she keeps slipping and falling. She notices lots of things that belong to other girls lying around. Suddenly, she sees fire in the air, and realizes that some flying insects have been burned by the dragon's fire. Elodie is terrified when she sees the dragon, and the dragon asks for her name. After telling her name, the dragon says that she's there because of a deal and that it will kill her today because it senses royal blood in her. Terrified, Elodie runs away as the dragon attacks her with fire. While fleeing, Elodie finds a small cave, but she's not safe from the dragon's fire and her foot gets badly burnt. She tears her clothes to make a bandage for her foot. Determined to escape, she begins to explore the area and notices a blue light. She follows it and discovers that it's coming from a tree. However, there's a large pit in the way, blocking her path. With a dragon behind her and a pit ahead, Elodie faces a dangerous situation. Feeling trapped, she decides to jump, but a misstep nearly sends her falling into the pit. Fortunately, she manages to save herself by using a knife to steady herself and cross to the other side. The blue light from the tree turns out to be glowing insects, which Elodie gathers in her dress to use as a light source. Continuing on, she finds a small waterfall and tries to drink from it, but the dragon appears and attacks her with fire. Elodie runs away and hides in another cave, but the dragon finds her there. The dragon taunts Elodie, saying she can't escape forever and that someday she'll have to face it. Elodie notices names of many girls in the cave, realizing they were sacrificed there. Exhausted and disheartened, she falls asleep. When she wakes up, she finds the insects she collected are on her wound. wound, which helps to heal it. When Elodie sees the insects on her wound, she's surprised to find that her wound has completely healed. These insects turned out to be very helpful. With them, she continues on her journey and finds a small stone with a map showing how to escape. Following the map, she tries to leave, but the path is full of sharp stones. Despite the danger, she bravely climbs up, ignoring her pain, until she finally finds a way out. However, she realizes that the area outside is still very risky. There's no safe way down from the mountain, and she feels scared and alone. She cries out for help, but nobody can hear her from up high. Suddenly, she hears the sound of horses nearby, but then a dragon appears in front of her. Before the dragon can attack again, Elodie hides inside a cave. The dragon warns her that nobody has ever escaped from this place, and it will catch her. Just then, Elodie hears her dad's voice coming from a cave below. Hearing her dad's voice, the dragon goes to investigate, giving Elodie a chance to escape. From there, Elodie descends to reach her dad. Along the way, she finds a lot of gold and 3 broken dragon eggs. Seeing this, she realizes that the story told by the queen was only partly true. The dragon hadn't killed their people as claimed. Instead, many years ago, when the king entered the cave, he found 3 dragon eggs from which the dragons were emerging. The king destroyed the dragon babies, leading the mother dragon to seek revenge. The scene shifts to the past, showing the king pleading with the dragon for mercy. The dragon demands 3 children from each generation as sacrifice to spare the kingdom. Back in the present, Elodie's dad calls out for her, and the dragon appears in front of him. He bravely confronts the dragon, declaring that he's there to take his daughter back, even if he has to fight. The dragon demands Elodie be called forth, but her dad warns her to stay away. Ignoring his warning, the dragon becomes enraged and stabs him with her nail. As Elodie watches her dad dying in front of her, she lets out a scream that distracts the dragon. Seizing the opportunity, she rushes to her dad's side. He tells her that he's dying because of his mistakes, but she must stay alive. He urges her to go to their ship where her mother and sister are waiting. With his last breath, he passes away, leaving Elodie to continue on. Elodie uses a chain to climb out of the cave, but the dragon notices her attempts to escape. Despite the dragon's fire attacks, she manages to evade it and flee on her dad's horse. However, the dragon burns her horse in anger. Meanwhile, back at the palace, the queen observes everything and blames Elodie for the chaos. On the ship, Elodie's sister, who was keeping watch, is suddenly kidnapped by the queen. The queen plans to sacrifice Elodie's sister to the dragon instead of Elodie, believing it will save her kingdom from the dragon's wrath. Elodie's mother tries to protect her daughter, but the queen stabs her and leaves. The next day, Elodie finds her injured mother on the ship. Her mother reassures Elodie that she'll be fine and urges her to find her sister, who's in danger of being sacrificed to the dragon instead of Elodie. Elodie rushes to the cave, knowing the queen has taken her sister there. In the cave, the queen cuts her hand and mixes her blood with Elodie's sister's, throwing it into a pit where the dragon catches her. Elodie arrives at the cave prepared, bringing shining insects and her dad's sword, ready to confront the dragon. Inside the cave, Elodie finds her sister unharmed, but the dragon threatens to kill her, blaming Elodie's elders for the deaths of her own children. The dragon expresses pleasure in the idea of killing Elodie to avenge her offspring. Here, Elodie tries to distract the dragon by making noise in the cave. While the dragon is distracted, Elodie quickly reaches her sister. Before she can rescue her sister, the dragon returns. Elodie confronts the dragon, revealing the truth that they were lied to. They were told the dragon attacked their kingdom, but it was actually their elders who killed the dragon's children. The dragon, fueled by anger, threatens to take revenge on Elodie and her people. Elodie insists they are not responsible for the actions of their elders. However, the dragon attacks Elodie with fire. In an attempt to save herself, Elodie falls into the water and is injured by the dragon's claw. In a desperate move, Elodie uses her sword to attack the dragon's eye. Enraged, the dragon retaliates by breathing fire. However, the dragon accidentally injures herself on the cave stones. Severely wounded, the dragon listens as Elodie reveals their plan to mix their blood with the dragon's, creating the illusion of royal blood. Elodie asserts that they are not the dragon's enemies, but victims of their elders' deceit. After learning the truth from Elodie, the dragon feels very sad. It realizes that it has been tricked by those who live in the kingdom, just like they tricked Elodie and her people. The dragon feels it deserves punishment for its actions and asks Elodie to kill it. But Elodie chooses not to kill the dragon. Instead, she uses the small insects she collected to heal the dragon's wounds. Elodie understands that the real traitors are the prince and queen of the kingdom who deceived her and planned to sacrifice her to the dragon. She reveals the truth to the prince and the girl he was about to sacrifice, urging them to flee. Then, Elodie declares that anyone who wants to save themselves can leave. The queen, however, arrogantly challenges Elodie, thinking that she cannot harm them alone, but Elodie reveals that she is not alone. At that moment, another dragon appears in the sky above the palace, showing that Elodie has allies who will help her seek justice. The dragon destroyed the entire palace along with the royal family, completing its revenge in the right way. In the final scene, we see Elodie, her sister, and her mother in the kingdom. They are getting ready to return to their own kingdom. Elodie tells her mother that she believes she will manage their kingdom well and take care of their father's legacy by using the treasure from the destroyed kingdom. Her mother is pleased to hear this. Together, they head back to their kingdom with the dragon accompanying them as Elodie's protector. And with this, the story comes to an end.